Basically, there are four types of education theory. There's progressivism, social meliorism, social efficiency, and humanism. I'll mainly just be talking about progressivism and social efficiency. First is social efficiency. This is probably the oldest model of education and probably the one you're most familiar with. It's pretty out of date considering that it was made during the Industrial Revolution. It's basically centered at getting people ready to be plugged into the economy. Its classrooms are made around crowd control with a high student-to-teacher ratio. This is probably the easiest model for schools to use since it requires less funds and effort than all the other systems. It's also ridiculously easy to monitor because both the curriculum and the testing are standardized. The standardizing can take individuality away from some of the students. Also, having your tests and curriculum standardized probably isn't the best way to monitor progress because students learn differently. And now we move on to progressivism. Because of the way that progressive schools are structured, they are almost never public schools. Instead of focusing on crowd control and standardization like social efficiency does, progressivism instead focuses on developing the student's personality and self. Students in a progressive school are given a lot more choice in what they can do and are therefore also given a lot more responsibility. The curriculum is mostly group project based, with the teachers playing little to no role in the students' actual projects. Although it is possible for students to spend most of the day slacking off in a progressive school, they generally perform just as well or better than students in the more traditional efficiency model. Some people say that progressivism works better in the wealthy areas, although it should be noted that all types of education work better in wealthy areas. Another thing about progressivism is that it's a lot harder to monitor than any of the other systems, because instead of just memorizing facts like students do in many of the other models, time is usually spent on developing critical thinking and social skills. The progressive model is a lot more expensive because it requires a lot more facilities than some of the other systems do to cater to the individual interests of the students. For example, Sudbury Valley, probably the most widely publicized progressive school, has an annual tuition of $8,200. Personal thoughts. I really like the progressive model, but it won't work for everyone. Some people either need or prefer constant instruction, making the lack of teachers in a progressive school a bad thing. The ideal student-teacher ratio would be 1-to-1, but this is pretty effectively impossible. It would require half the population to not just be teachers, but to be good teachers. A YouTuber called CGP Grey had an idea that I really liked. He called it
Digital Aristotle for Everyone.
Digital Aristotle would effectively be an electronic tutor that over time would individualize to the student's needs. It would take material from a large library of videos and present it to students, and then find out which one works best for that particular student. There are already sites like this, such as Khan Academy, whose final goal is to provide a free, world-class education for everyone. CGP Grey mentions that technology only gets better, so a program like Digital Aristotle shouldn't really be that far off. If you want to know anything else about education theory, check out anything on the right. And if you want any videos that can be used to teach people things, check out any of the channels on the left. I'll put links to everything in the description. Thanks for watching!